Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Monday night from Los Angeles, California. Hope everyone's doing well. Start of your week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And we got some Dodger trade news today, man. Kind of wouldn't call it unexpected. Wouldn't call it shocking. Maybe a little surprised that it happened today. But Gavin Lux, World Series champion Gavin Lux, is no longer a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is now a member of the Cincinnati Reds after the Dodgers traded him to Cincinnati for a competitive balance draft choice and a minor league player that the Dodgers at one point had drafted before, couldn't work out a deal with him. He goes back to college. Dodgers liked him enough to go after him and get him again, Mike Sirota, and they got him back. And we'll see what the Dodgers' long-term plans for him are. But first thing that comes to mind is just wanting to show appreciation for Gavin Lux. He had a phenomenal second half of the year last year. Probably don't end up with the top seed in MLB if he doesn't have that type of production post All-Star break. Along with, there was a lot of other things that contributed to that as well. Getting Jack Flaherty, bullpen kind of coming into their own. Some guys getting healthy. But Gavin Lux, for a good stretch there, especially like in August with his WRC plus, man, he was playing at like a top 15, top 13 player in baseball offensively for a good stretch of the second half of the season. Didn't have the best playoffs, I understand that, but got us the game-tying sacrifice fly in Game 5 of the 2024 World Series, and did his part, helped us win a championship, contributed. Shout out to Mr. Gavin Lux, man. I think this is a move that could do fairly well for him in Cincinnati. Go there where the lights aren't very bright. Go out there, just play baseball, reestablish his name, has a chance to be one of their best players. 2 more years of team control for Cincinnati there. Gavin has some time to turn it around and potentially make a payday for himself. And I still believe that Gavin Lux has a chance to have a pretty long MLB and productive MLB career. And I wish him well. The Dodgers, I'm sure, did not come to this decision lightly, But as I've talked to you guys on numerous occasions, that Shohei Ohtani money, that Shohei Ohtani contract, that deferred money puts pressure on the Dodgers front office every single offseason to leave no potential dead weight around, to leave no potential liabilities around. And if you've got something that you struggle with and can't bring to the table, like Gavin Lux and left-handed pitching, the Dodgers are going to go out of their way to neutralize every single weakness that they have. And Gavin Lux versus left-handed pitching was one of them. And Gavin is now a former Dodger, forever Dodger champion, but former member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And wish him the best in Cincinnati. And I've been saying, a lot of these guys that the Dodgers kind of quote unquote cast off or send out or let walk in free agency, none of these guys are going anywhere on long-term deals. None of these guys are going anywhere without the potential of the Dodgers potentially reacquiring them if it works out, right? Not necessarily the case, I think, for a lot of these guys, but remains a possibility. We've seen it before. So this pretty much opens the door all the way wide open now for Kike to return. I feel like the door was open anyways. You got Gavin out of there. I think CT3 is going to be out of there at some point because, like I said, the Dodgers are pretty much cutting off any limitations that they have. And that Shohei money, deferral money, is applying pressure to this front office. They want as little weaknesses as possible. You are not going to see any more Ahmeds or Biggios or any of those guys on this team next year. They are going for it. And the Dodgers can see a repeat on the horizon, a three-peat potentially. And they're coming to take their stake in baseball history and become a team of legendary stature and status. And Gavin Lux, at one point, was a very, very high prospect. The sky was the limit for him. He had some of the greatest minor league numbers we had ever seen. I'm talking like Mike Trout-ish expectations at one point. So we are sitting here on January the 6th. The Dodgers have traded one of their all-time greatest prospects, Gavin Lux, and Diego Cartaya has been DFA'd for assignment. And I think if anyone had that on their prediction board about 2 or 3 years ago, they might have been only a handful of people that had that. So the Dodgers cutting no expense, pulling out all the stops here to ensure that they have everything that they need to repeat as World Series champions. Now, having said that, this deal, I believe, is kind of a precursor to something else. Now, the second the Dodgers signed Kim, I had said this probably means that if you're Chris Taylor, Gavin Lux, and you're starting to do the math, you're starting to realize there's a chance you're out of here. And I said that deal definitely increased the chances of Gavin Lux being traded way more than it decreased it. And here we are 48 hours later, and he is out of there. So I would expect that CT3 would be a little bit more difficult to move. I would expect that the Dodgers will have to get creative in moving him, but they could move him. They can move him. They're going to have to probably take back a contract that has more years on it. They're probably going to maybe have to eat some of Chris Taylor's money, unless it's taking back maybe another not so great deal, but the contribution to the team can be better this year. So there's going to have to be some creativity there. But this Gavin Lux deal, I do believe, is a precursor to something else coming. And the fact that this deal is not official yet, so I do want to talk about that the Dodgers also could still rope in a third team to flip that competitive balance draft choice to go somewhere else in return for more international pool money coming to the Dodgers to be able to provide more money for Roki Sasaki. So now I know that Roki has said that money's not going to be the only thing, but I think the Dodgers probably don't want to be at the bottom of that pool. They would, all things being equal, would like to be chosen by him and still probably present him with a chance to make as much money as if he signed with someone else. And that could have been something that was mentioned when they met with Roki, when they met with him. And that could be something that the Dodgers have their eyes on. It could be something that they're pursuing. And until this deal becomes official, there is a chance that still could happen. The thing with the competitive balance tax is it can only be traded by the team who earned it. So the Dodgers can't acquire it officially and then flip it again. If I'm understanding the rule correctly, it can't be flipped a second time. So if that's the case, the Dodgers could, as long as it has not become official, have that flipped to someone else, and the Dodgers do something else to get more international pool money. So if it's official now, I see it in the chat. Did it get announced? Did the Dodgers actually post it? There it is. All right. So nope, scratch that. Appreciate you. It was not official at the time of me going live. So thank you for that, Mr. Classic. I won't touch on that anymore throughout the show. Now that is official, but as long as it wasn't, that was possible. So now it has been announced as official. Let me see if the Dodgers announce what they acquired. You see here. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to be as reported, unless a layer comes out, after the fact. But it's official, and scratch that last part. As long as it wasn't official, there was time for potentially that to happen. So the Dodgers now, I do still believe they could be working on something else here. You can look at second base here. They just signed Hyeseong Kim over the weekend, 3 years, $12.5 million guaranteed. You have Miguel Rojas, who they picked up that option for him, and you're probably going to bring back Kike Hernandez. I'm not even going to say probably. They are going to bring back Kike. Appreciate you, Mr. Classic. I see that now. Thank you. And now it comes down to, okay, Kike and Muncy probably platoon third. Kim, Edmund can play some second base. Obviously, Mookie can play some second base. Miggy Rowe can play some second base. And an absolute jam, Muncy can play second base. If Chris Taylor is still on the roster, he can play second base. So there are multiple options at second base. I have kind of often said that I'm not fully buying in on Mookie being the everyday shortstop. As they said, we will see if that does come into play. It absolutely could be, the case. He could be the opening day and all season shortstop. It very well could be. But the Dodgers have positioned themselves here with Kim, with Rojas, with Kike, with Mookie to have an entire middle infield platoon here, and even hot corner, and even first base, because Kike can play first, Muncy can play first, Freddie can play first. And now you got a bunch of guys who you can plug in around and move around if you have got some injuries, if you got to make another trade. You've got some ability here to make some movement in the right direction, and you're just continuing to limit the dead weight on the roster, especially if you get Taylor off of it, and you're limiting the inefficiencies of certain players, which is basically Gavin Lux was completely unplayable versus left-handed pitchers. So he's now gone. Wish him well. I think he has a chance to do something great in Cincinnati. And now we move on as a franchise. It is 100% efficient now, thanks to Mr. Classic pointing that out. And now we will wait and see what other moves the Dodgers have coming. So on that note, make sure to drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. You can become a member to the channel by tapping that join button. Hit the first link in the description. Great way to help support the channel. For less than the cost of lunch, you could become a member for an entire month. You can also tap that Cash App $ Empire Jeff. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials here on Twitter X at Empire Jeff _, Instagram at Empire Jeff TV, TikTok at Empire Jeff TV, of course, here on YouTube at Empire Jeff TV. Also, some of our partnerships here to always make sure. Let me see here. There we go. To get your MLB, NBA, NFL gear, and more, make sure to use our link to get special discounts, and your purchase also helps support the channel. We have partnered with Fanatics, so when you order through us via our link, your order experience does not change. It's just a way to help support the channel, and while you're getting the gear you normally would get anyways. So let me know what you guys think in the chat right now. On a scale of 1 to 5, on a scale, let's take it up a little higher here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like this trade for the Dodgers? Are you one of those people that are just like, at all costs, get Lux and Chris Taylor off this team, and it's a 10 no matter what you get back? Are you one of those fans that were like, okay, we didn't have to trade him, but if we do trade him, get something for him? Or were you one of those guys that don't trade him? I like Gavin Lux. They should have kept him when we got hosed. So let me know what you guys think on a scale of 1 to 10. How good do you think this trade is for the Dodgers? And I think this is a good trade for the Reds. I don't know necessarily what their full intentions are with them. I saw somewhere that they had planned at using him as maybe a fourth outfielder. I don't know if that's ideal. But I think this move is pretty good for the Reds. I don't believe that the Dodgers got hosed here. I think that the Dodgers got a prospect that they think that they drafted. They couldn't secure his rights via signing him. They got him now via trade. So they seem to be pretty high on him. They get a competitive balanced draft choice, which will be earlier than they would have had, right? Approximately around 37th. And, then they for Gavin Lux. So seeing what can be done now after they've made this move, we'll wait to see. But the Dodgers still are not done. Obviously, Roki Sasaki is still in play. Obviously, Tanner Scott is still in play. Obviously, with Gavin Lux out of the picture here, I don't know what that does in a trade with the White Sox for Luis Robert Jr. I had heard earlier in the day that the Mariners were coming very aggressively after Gavin Lux on the trade market. So you kind of want to believe that if the Dodgers had a better offer on the table, they would have taken it. The Yankees, the Mariners, the Reds, and White Sox were all linked to Gavin Lux, and it is the Cincinnati Reds that end up getting him. I had a whole other video planned today to do tonight, baseball related, and it was not around Gavin Lux. So I'm going to have to drop that video maybe later tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully no other news comes out on it. But that's the one. This wasn't the video I planned to do today. Just like the video on Saturday wasn't the video I planned to do when the Hyeseong Kim one got done. But the Dodgers are out here making moves, and they're getting things done before we can just do buy time videos, right? We're sitting here in the offseason speculating on stuff, and they're making moves and giving us actual content instead of speculation, and I love it. I absolutely love it. This is what this version of the Los Angeles Dodgers are all about. This is what this team is going for. They are doing all they can to repeat as World Series champions, and they're doing all they can to cash in on all of that Shohei Ohtani deferred money. And Shohei Ohtani is out here playing recruit, man, playing top recruiter. He's out here. You know, they said that Hyeseong Kim had bigger offers from other teams. He met with Ohtani. Ohtani closed him. Ohtani closed him. So this gives me hope, and this gives me more confidence when it comes down to Roki Sasaki, because, you know, he did this with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We know he's done it with Kim, and it's more than likely the fact that he has done it already with Roki Sasaki, or will do it before he signs. So we'll see, because we're coming down here. We're here on the 6th. Roki can't sign with anyone until the 15th. His last day is the 23rd. So I believe that even if he picks a team or thinks he has a team and that team has a little less money, maybe he waits it out for them to try to secure more money to get him so he can make a little bit more. Don't really know, right, how that's going to go. I'm still very confident when it comes to the Dodgers getting him, just like I was with them getting Teo, just like I was with them getting Blake Snell, just like I still am with them and Tanner Scott. And Kike, I think they have a very good chance at Tanner Scott. But there's something interesting happening here when it comes to Tanner Scott. There's something interesting happening in general in baseball. And like I said, this was going to be a video I was going to talk about, but maybe I'll do it later tonight. And if not, tomorrow. But talked with a couple of people today, got some interesting feedback on some things, and I was ready to go with that. But then this happened. So this is actual news. This is an actual story. So better to cover this than speculation or just some things that are kind of like heard in the wind right now, right? So how do you guys think Gavin Lux will do in Cincinnati? Do you think he'll, become more approach like all-star level for them? Everyday player over there, more than likely. Not as big of a spotlight, not as big as expectations. This is a team that was on the cusp of potentially making the playoffs last year. Adding someone like Gavin Lux and maybe some other moves could help them kind of get closer to that goal. So I'm curious to see how you guys think, or what type of year you think that Gavin Lux is going to have in Cincinnati. I think he's going to have a pretty decent year, and I think he is going to have more of the second half Gavin Lux year than the first half Gavin Lux year on the Dodgers last year, and the way he played in the playoffs. I think he'll be playing free. I think he understands that his payday is around the corner. He has 2 seasons left. And, he may play himself out of Cincinnati, because if he goes in there and he plays great and Cincinnati can't envision keeping him financially, they may trade him again. So we'll see about that. We'll see how he does in there, in their lineup. We'll see how he does in that city for that team. But I'm excited for Gavin to get an everyday shot. I'm excited for him to get a clean slate. I'm excited for him to be welcomed by a fan base that probably doesn't have too crazy expectations for him. And I'm excited to see, how he performs under those situations. But I think he has a chance to be good there. And, they're an up-and-coming team. De La Cruz is going to be a stud there. Already kind of is. They got some other guys there. And you add Gavin Lux into that. Now, all of a sudden, you're kind of building something there in Cincinnati. And we will wait to see what that translates to as far as wins, as far as playoff appearances. Gavin Lux, even though he's still considered kind of young, he's got a lot of experience. He can bring some playoff leadership to that team. He can bring some things to that team that they may not have. Like I said, he's played in the playoffs his entire career. He's won World Series. He's adding something valuable to the Cincinnati Red team. And the Dodgers did not just want to give him away. They didn't want to do that. But the fact that they moved off of him, and I'm sure it wasn't something that was very easy for them to do. But as I said, that Shohei money, that Shohei deferral, the pressure to not only win every season, but to win the offseason, because teams are coming for you. Teams are spending money. Teams are adding to their teams. And the Dodgers have to continue to operate under that same style of management and stay, a step ahead of everyone else, because heavy is the head that wears the crown. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are kings of Major League Baseball right now. So appreciate all y'all tuning in. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Like I said, drop a like on the video if you have not done so already, and subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so already. Starting to pile up on YouTube and Twitter X. So grateful to everyone who's decided to spend their Monday late afternoon, early evening with me here, a little earlier than usual. I've been trying to get some videos in earlier in the evening, and then try to, bring another one back later in the evening so I can continue down the path of being that two-way sports channel of covering baseball and Dodgers. Also, I want to take a moment to shout out Doug McLain, man, DMAC over at Dodgers Nation. Shout me out on the show today and basically confirming that he intends to come on the show eventually. Can't wait to get him over here. And that's been something I've been wanting to do for a while. I had to get my name built out here, had to pay my dues, and eventually be able to make that radar. Incredible. Obviously, already had Jeff Spiegel of Dodger Blue on the show. That was incredible. Working on some other guys from Dodger Blue. Got some, just basically got communication with a lot of people in the Dodger space. Very humbled to be able to have some of the people I've gotten my DMs since I started covering this team, both in the media space, on-field space, and in clubhouse space, and different areas, right? Being able to talk to people in the know of Major League Baseball. And it's a true blessing. And, getting a shout out from someone like DMAC and getting the commitment of that probably happening is incredible. And on the Lakers side too, for basketball, I got some things coming. I'm not one to, typically name drop or talk about things before they happen, but it's exciting. And I've got things coming for both baseball and basketball coverage. And I think you guys are going to be excited. I think you guys are going to like it. I've put the grind in. It's starting to pay off, starting to get noticed, and can't wait to get up here and have fun with some of these guys on these shows and just go back and forth with baseball and NBA ideas and perspectives and just have some fun. I think the chat and everyone in the channel is going to really enjoy it. I'm going to do my best to make sure that every single one of those episodes are live and not pre-recorded, so you guys can be part of it. I'm going to do my best. Yeah, just exciting. Didn't expect that to happen today, and it did. So feel blessed, man. So on that note, once again, appreciate you guys tuning in. One Peruvian guy, appreciate you being here. Thank you. Chris, the art director, my guy, the graphic guy. Appreciate you, brother, as always. Lewis, what's going on, Lewis? Said, what's good, big brother Jeff? Get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Tell a friend or a family member about the channel. Here we go. Let's go, Dodgers. You got to believe. Facts, man. You got to believe. Appreciate you as always, Lewis. Gregory Brown, what's good, my guy? Thank you. That's all Dodgers got back. I was hoping a ready-made player, Luis Robert. Well, I mean, it was going to have, they were going to get Luis Robert, Gregory. It was going to have to be more than just Gavin Lux. And like I said, right now, they're not done. This could be a precursor to something else happening. I felt that Gavin Lux might have been a centerpiece to at least Luis Robert trade. But maybe the White Sox had other plans. Maybe they got their eye on someone else. Maybe they told the Dodgers to go get someone else somewhere else, and if they want to get that deal done. So keep an eye on that still. It's not dead, and we'll wait and see about it. Nando, what's going on, Nando? He said Dodgers got fleeced. Interesting take. Interesting. Well, why do you think they got fleeced, Nando? Let me know. What's going on, Daniel Berry? Appreciate you as always for tuning in. No, they weren't going to get De La Cruz, man, for Gavin Lux. Come on, man. That wasn't going to happen. My brother Search and Destroy in the building, man. The mod god, the god of mods, the best in the business. Mr. Search and Destroy. Appreciate you as always. Waste of a trade, says Daniel Barry. Well, I disagree with that. Don't care what's going on, man. Appreciate you as always. Nando says, I'm not even a Lux fan, but the Dodgers got robbed on this one. Okay, so I saw on Twitter X, people were messaging me, what do you think? People were messaging me, they loved it. People were messaging me, they hated it. Like I said, there were people who kind of want like CT3, Gavin Lux, they wanted Jay Hay, like all these guys, they wanted all these guys off the team no matter what. So those guys are probably giving all 10s. They're all happy, right? For some of us who didn't mind Gavin Lux being here, this is kind of a bittersweet moment, but I wouldn't say the Dodgers got fleeced. They got the competitive balance draft choice, which I think has value to them. They got a player that they drafted and they couldn't secure financially to a contract. So I think that they've got high hopes for this kid and they got him back. And like I said, I think this may be leading to something else. And I don't think the Dodgers moved to Gavin Lux for this without something else in mind. And maybe this isn't opening the spot to get Kike. Maybe this isn't opening the spot to sign Roki immediately. Maybe that's not this. Maybe that's to free up a spot to go get someone else that wasn't part of the Gavin Lux deal. So just be mindful of this. No matter what side of the fence you are on, I wouldn't fully judge this trade until I saw what came next. You saw them make a move for Kim on Saturday. That's kind of a precursor to this that led to this. You had Kim on Saturday. You have the Lux trade today. And I still think there's another shoe to drop here. So I think we're going to have to judge that on a whole. So you almost got to look at it that you traded Gavin Lux to not just get the minor leaguer and the competitive balance draft choice, but you also did that trail to get Hyeseong Kim. So because you open the spot, you open the position by moving Gavin Lux to do so. So I think you have to look at it from more of a 35,000 foot view, a little bit more of a broad stroke, and not just look at it independently as this trade involved with Cincinnati, because they also signed Hyeseong Kim. And I think there's more in the works, to be honest with you guys. So just stay tuned for it. I think there was more coming. I think there's more. So I think it was a solid trade right now because I'm adding in Kim into the thinking, and I'm thinking there's going to be more coming. Wish it was CT3 instead of Lux. That wasn't going to happen because there was no contract that Dodgers were taking back from Cincinnati. We should have paid Adames. Adames got too much. He got too much. Not sure we needed Gavin, so not losing sleep over it, says Search. Edmund is good enough, and Mookie, yeah. So they're going to be fine, but I'm just waiting on another shoe to drop here. Yeah, we didn't really need him, but I don't think they moved him just because they didn't need him. I don't think they just casted him off. Again, I think there was more on the way. From LA, living to Cincinnati, FML. Yeah, man. I don't know anyone that chooses Ohio. That's your LeBron James and you're from there, right, man? Cincinnati, going from LA to Cincinnati is going to be rough. What's going on, Reg? Damn, Gavin gone. Yeah, he's gone, Reg. He gone. He gone. Shout out to Reggie, man. Locker Room LA. Make sure to go subscribe to the Locker Room, man. Great basketball content. Very, very entertaining, comedic over there. If you think you're ready for the smoke, go take on Reg over there at the Locker Room, man. He does great content over there. Jack A. Powers. What's going on, Jack? Could come back as a free agent in 2027. I mean, technically, yes. He could technically come back. He could technically be traded for again. If you're talking technically or hypothetically, yes, sure. Is it realistic? Probably not. I think the odds of like a Walker Buehler, Gavin Lux, like all these guys, in the event that they ever do return to the Dodgers, it's probably not going to be for a while. But who knows what the future holds? Who knows what their games are going to look like next year? And who knows how the teams are going to play? So that could change everything, in all honesty. Mookie better be moving to second base now. You know what? I've been someone who has thought for as long as they've said Mookie's going to be at shortstop, who haven't fully bought in on that. But I think there's still a chance he does, obviously. But Mookie might not be moving to second because with this move alone, because I think the move that would signal Mookie playing second would be if the Dodgers get a center fielder. I think if the Dodgers get like a Luis Robert Jr., or they come out and say that Pages is their center fielder or something like that, right? Then you're probably okay, Edwin's going to spend the bulk of his time at shortstop and then we'll play utility in other areas. But until that happens, if the Dodgers don't get a center fielder, then I believe that Mookie right now is the shortstop. There'll be a platoon at second base between Kim, Rojas, Kike can play there. And Kike's main platoon is probably going to be third base with Muncy. And see how healthy Freddie is this year. But nothing is edged in stone yet because, again, we don't know what this full roster is going to be. The Los Angeles Dodgers are not done making moves. And until they are, it's hard to say for sure who's playing where and when until we do know when that happens. Let's see. Jack A. Flores says, as Terry Bradshaw said for the Steelers about rings, one for the thumb. Yep, one for the thumb. Absolutely. What's going on, Ozzy? Hey, can you clarify? Not a baseball expert, but I thought you couldn't trade draft picks in baseball. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So when I was talking about you can trade with the exception of the competitive balance pick. You can trade that, but the team who has the competitive balance pick can only trade it. The person who acquires it cannot retrade it. So when I was saying that the Dodgers may look to rope this in to perhaps get more international pool money, that would have been before the trade became official and they acquired the pick itself. That trade has since become official. So that's probably not going to happen. And it's not going to happen. So you can't trade a regular draft pick, but you can trade a competitive balanced draft choice, which is what the smaller market teams get. I think it's the bottom 10 market teams get a competitive balance pick because they're in the bottom of the market of baseball. That pick can be moved. Appreciate you again, Mr. Classic. Let's see. LA for life. What's going on, LA for life? Off topic, but what did you think about the Padres situation? Roki's name is actually on the lawsuit. Yeah, that is interesting. And I started to dive into it, haven't fully looked into it. So I'm kind of speaking slightly out of school here, but I know it's something with the wife and the brothers kicking the wife and the sons out. They've got all kinds of things from racism claims to just all kinds of things. And I think it's a 91-page filing. Obviously, I haven't read 91 pages of it. I got portions of it. This is a mess. And this is probably why they haven't made any moves. And then on top of that, you've got rumors of Luis Arraez potentially moving, to the Yankees or somewhere else. And, that team is probably having to trade Arraez. They're probably having to trade Dylan Cease. They may have to trade Michael King. They're looking to trade Bogarts. Good luck with that. But they've got guys, they probably can't bring back Tanner Scott. They're not bringing back Tanner Scott. Can they keep Profar? There's a lot of things going on within that team right now. I heard something about relocation in that lawsuit. I don't really know what to make of it. But if you are Roki Sasaki, and again, 35,000 foot view, if you're Roki Sasaki, you don't even know who's going to be running that team when it's time for you to get paid. You don't know who's going to be playing on that team when it's time for you to get paid. You don't even know how long Manny and these guys with these ridiculous contracts are even going to hold up. So if you're a Roki and your only reason to going to the Padres is so to not be in someone's shadow, and so you can have a soft landing with a smaller market team in Southern California, I feel like the Padres situation is becoming darker by the day. Also, a rumor out there that the Padres are signing a shortstop from the Dominican. I think it's Johan de la Cruz. And I think they're giving about $2.3 million to him. So if they're already committing, it sounds like to one of the guys in the pool money of 2025. Again, I don't know how credible that is. I got to double check that, but I did see something about that. The Padres may already have some type of indication that they're out on him, or at least don't believe that they have him. And this thing with the ownership, the thing with the payroll, the thing with the TV deal. Like if you're Roki Sasaki, just think about this. You're going to a team coming to America to join a baseball team who doesn't even have a TV deal. They don't have a TV deal. They have no business plan for the future. There's a 91-page lawsuit going on right now, and they've got contracts that are going to age out terribly, and they have to trade guys off their team because they can't pay them. It's not ideal. It's not ideal landing spot. Could he still pick them? Sure. I mean, but if you're the San Diego Padres, you've got a lot of other things to worry about right now. BC, what's going on, BC? Appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Nando, they got fleeced. Last time they won the World Series, they added serious impact bats. Trey Turner and Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols. But this is definitely different this year. Obviously, when they won the championship last time, they still had Shohei Ohtani on the horizon and believed they were going to get him. And mind you, the Dodgers thought they were going to get Shohei Ohtani a year earlier. We need Tanner Scott, says Gregory Brown. The reason I say that is because they didn't expect Ohtani to, do a 1 year kind of extension there with the Angels like he did. So the Dodgers were at that point put themselves into an immediate punt mode for 2023. But I had heard that the Dodgers expected Shohei to be a free agent a year earlier. Shohei gave the Angels another little chance there. They botched it and kind of threw a curve to the Dodgers there. But they waited out. They got their guy. But the Dodgers always had Shohei on the horizon. That's always been their unicorn. That's always been their target. And but this season versus the last time they won it, totally different. 10 out of 10 for the trade, says hepatitis. See you later. I heard Red Sox front runner for Scott. So some interesting stuff about the Red Sox. I'm going to talk about that. People wanted a big time name for Lux. They tried to get Williams, but got rejected. Getting a first round pick and a prospect was a good return given how low Lux's value is right now. I agree. I'm thinking the Dodgers are walking away with this, happy with the deal. They got a pick. They got a guy that they already picked before and had high hopes in. So we'll wait to see. We need more trades, still so many players in the roster. Yep. What's going on? Guy Smithson, what's going on, man? Wish Lux the best. Mookie at second base is an upgrade, you think? Open a roster spot, plus he was not just good enough. Yeah. I tend to agree. We want Sasaki, Scott, in CT3, Outman, Grove, Miller, outs. Good luck, Lux. Yeah. I want to wish good luck to Lux for sure. Let's go, Donnie Boy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, Chris. You can bribe him with tortas. Yeah, I'm a torta. I love tortas my damn self, man. Can't ever go wrong with a good torta. Sam Kim, what's going on, Sam? Dodgers like Lux fine. They just didn't see him as a permanent second baseman going forward. This I agree with. Appreciate your search. Thank y'all. Thank you. Have a good rest of the evening. Let's see. Serious drama says you're better now that you're no longer asking to follow him because grab some freaking. Oh man, I hear you. You know what? Some shows I do it more than others. You know what? Sometimes it's just second nature. Sometimes I don't even think I'm doing it. You get constantly encouraged to do that. You're constantly reminded to do that. And maybe sometimes I did it too much. So I appreciate the constructive criticism. I never take things too personal on the show. So anything that is mentioned that can make the show better, I'm all ears for, including if it's criticism. I'm not one of those guys that takes things to heart too much, but I do appreciate you still watching, even though you didn't like I did that. But on that note, please like and subscribe. On that note, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see, the super bench has too many infielders. We'll love to see an elite defensive center fielder. Wouldn't mind that either. Wouldn't mind that. Nothing to improve the offense. Well, when you talk about improving the offense, so you say Dodgers hit 167 with a .548 OPS in the World Series, including Freddie Teo. They've done nothing to improve the offense. Well, I'm assuming Ohtani coming back healthy will improve. I'm assuming that. I'm assuming even though Freddie was obviously ballistic, he wasn't that great earlier in the playoffs. With him healthy, that's going to improve. And then you kind of look around and it's like, okay, improving the offense. Well, that top three, pretty elite with Teo at 4. I feel it was fine. And then you add to this rotation. So you not got more arms over there to suppress the other teams hitting. I think the Dodgers have done just fine. And I think they're going to continue to add as well. BC, the ever pessimists. We are increased stolen base than last year. This is true. How many casuals up in here? We weren't getting any star players for Lux. We got a good return. Weren't getting Cruz. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to get any major haul for Gavin Lux. Like I said, there was hope and thought that maybe a Luis Robert Jr. was in play, but it was going to definitely take a lot more than Lux. But I thought maybe he would have been part of the foundation of the framework of that deal. Didn't end up being the case. But all things considered, I think Gavin Lux was moved for a fair deal. I think so. Now, if he goes out there next year and he just rakes and he kills it, then we'll revisit it and be like, man. But it doesn't necessarily mean you would have got more for him now, right? That's what his market was now. He has a chance to improve his market now next. I'm surprised Dodgers didn't trade Muncy. How you feel about the Reds getting Lux? I don't believe the Dodgers are trading Muncy. He's part of their fabric. He's major in that clubhouse. He's a big part of their team. I don't envision them moving off of him anytime soon. He does have one more year left on his deal, but he's one of those guys like, look, I'll stick around. I'll go to the bench. Like, he just wants to be a Dodger for as long as he plays. He's a big leader in that clubhouse. He's a big motivator. He's part of what this team is. So I don't think he goes anywhere soon, anytime soon. What's going on, Roy? Jeff, you are spot on. This trade is a prelude to what is coming next. To be honest, Lux value was low. The important part is the roster spot. We have the greatest front office in baseball, and folks still cry. Yeah, people get greedy sometimes. They get greedy sometimes, right? I understand it. I respect and appreciate what Lux did. I feel this was a fair deal, and we'll have to wait and see about it, man. Let's go Dodger Dynasty. Facts. 808, you in Hawaii. Let me mind my business. Let's see. Roy says, let me buy my business. Let me buy my business. I'm not minding my business. I keep hitting it. The chats that are talking to other people. Hepatitis, see you later, says Jeff. Do you think the Dodgers will be petty enough to mention the Padres lawsuit plus their TV deal situation, cutting payroll to Sasaki? Of course. This is competition. The Padres would absolutely do the same. They should. They have. I'm pretty much bet on it. I absolutely would. It's real. It's a real competitive advantage. You have the biggest TV deal in the sport, the best TV deal in the sport in the Dodgers. You have the best front office in the sport. You draw $400 million. You have the best player in the sport. You have two of his countrymen. You have a great players manager. You have a great farm system. You have great development. You have great amenities. You have great fans. It's a great city. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like Roki, do the right thing, man. Like D-Mac says, take the blue pill, man. Take the blue Dodger pill, man. Jack A. Power says, Dodgers should do a chart of the advantages over other teams for Roki. SD only has 4 direct flights a week to Tokyo, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Facts. And I'm telling you they have. What's going on, Craig? Appreciate you, man. Not in a million years. I mean, I think the Dodgers are a class organization, but I definitely understand that there's probably a competitive part of there that's going to say, hey, look, like, maybe not bashing San Diego, but comparing what they have to them, right? It's just a non-starter. But you're right. They are definitely a class organization for sure. Hunter Verdusha, Taylor, Grove, Brazier. And they might. I think Brazier stays, but I think the others are a chance. Lakers, Dodgers for life. What's up, my guy? Dodgers needed to make room for Roki Sasaki. He's on his way. We was never a Lux fan, so I'm okay with this move. Taylor is next. I think there's a chance Taylor could be next. The San Diego Padres owner are suing each other right now. Yeah, it's a bad situation. It's a bad situation. What's going on, man? I doubt Roki will choose the Padres after the news of today's lawsuit between the owners. An interesting time for that to come out. Thank you for tuning in from Korea, man. Appreciate you. I think that is an interesting time that this came out. This could have waited till February to come out. These things happen, and this could also be the Padres kind of getting ahead. Maybe why they don't get Roki too. So it's like this happened. We were dealing with this, and kind of gives them, I don't want to say a way out, but kind of preludes that situation to the type of mess that they're in. Chris says, yep, Max here to stay. He one of our only tough guys. I don't see anyone else on the team starting a fight. Yeah, and he's one of those dudes that holds it down, doesn't play with the nonsense, right? Doesn't do the gotta love everybody thing. He's one of those guys that he will, if he got a problem with you, he's gonna say it. I like that. He's one of those guys that said, you know what? We're not gonna all drive down there separately and bring golf clubs to San Diego for a playoff series. No, we're all going on a bus together. We're all hanging out together. The week off that they had between the wild card series and the division series, he said, no, come to the clubhouse. We're all here together. We're watching this together. They did things differently this year between series that they didn't do in years past, and it benefited them. And Max Muncy was a major part of that. And I'm Team Muncy, man. I'm definitely Team Muncy. Now that we have a roster spot, is Tanner Scott next? Just because we don't have a roster spot doesn't mean we can't come to terms with someone. You know what I mean? So is he next? I don't know. It could be another trade. It could be taking in someone via trade. So there are things, there are many things that could be in play here. The Dodgers, as I've told you guys, all offseason are involved in a lot of things. This was just another one of them. The Dodgers got a lot of things in play right now, potentially. Like, they're talking to a lot of people. They're working on a lot of different things. They're doing everything they can to improve this ball club. And this was just one more step in that direction. And like I said, BC, Keektober. But Kike, Kershaw, these guys don't really matter as far as when they sign now, because I believe both those are locks. I think a roster spot will be needed for someone you need via trade, because you can't take someone into your roster without that roster spot, and you don't want to have another team wait too long to hold up a roster spot on their end just to help you out with freeing up, buying time for your spot. So I would suspect that if a roster spot is open and the Dodgers are working on trades, then that's probably where that spot could come from. Lakers are missing a Max Muncy plus other stuff. That is true. It should be cheap. South Korea MLB fan is almost Dodger fan over here, 80%. Yep. The Dodgers are owning that Asian market, man. And I know that's another thing, another signal to Roki Sasaki to be part of it. I think that he's going to see that. I think he already knows that. And now it's about do you want to be part of this? Do you expect to be part of this? And I think he does. I think it's something that he's going to think about highly. I don't think he's going to just dismiss other teams. Like, I don't believe that will happen. As far as like not consider them, I think that there are teams that that'll probably get eliminated earlier than others, and I think that there are teams that will go deep into this process, and it may not be 100% that he has the Dodgers the entire time. There could have been some wavering, and maybe there is. And like I said, there's been kind of reports that the Dodgers Roki and his team gave the Dodgers some homework to do after their meeting. Now, maybe that is trying to go get more international pool money. Maybe that is. Maybe it's, I don't think it's like another player he wants to play with. I don't think it's that. But who knows what could be on the horizon here with the Dodgers, and who knows what Roki requested in that meeting, right? We don't know that. So it could be something small. It could be something minimum. It could be something major. We don't really know yet. 1 second here. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry. Had to respond to something real quick. So because we don't know what happened in that meeting, it's fun to speculate, but I'm pretty sure that whatever was asked in that meeting was something that isn't too unreasonable or unrealistic, and the Dodgers are probably doing what they can to achieve it. And maybe that's more international pool money. Maybe that's something organizationally within their system, and things that can maybe to do with his health. I don't know, but I definitely expect the Dodgers to comply with whatever wishes he has. I don't believe the Dodgers are going to lose him because they're refusing anything. Like, it's not like they can refuse to pay what other team pays because they're flat out limited to what they can. They will pay the max of what they are able to with international pool money. They will do everything they can to sign Roki Sasaki. It's going to be, is Roki Sasaki going to do everything he can to become a Dodger, which means turning down all other ball clubs, even those who could potentially offer more money on a contract out the gate. What's going on, Joe? Appreciate you for tuning in. What it is. What's going on, Joe? Make sure to go subscribe to the Lakers Fast Break. Joe Soro and them over there at the Lakers Fast Break. They do great work over there. You guys know that. They just reached 2K subs over there, so shout out to them for that. They put in a lot of work, so very, very deserving of so. I'm trying to get there myself. We're at 1867 currently. We've had a pretty good run of late. Working on coming up on over 200 subs this month within the last 30 days alone, which is a pretty good stretch. And back to that pace of how we were climbing in subscribers right around the time the channel got monetized. It's picking up that steam again. Obviously, coming back to basketball, getting a footing here in baseball, staying more consistent, obviously leads to more success and more growth. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. And the resurgence of basketball on the channel, along with some exciting Dodger news and coverage. The channel is starting to grow at a pretty good rate again. And I appreciate all the new subs. And if you're watching right now, I think about 70% of you guys who tune in nightly are not subscribed. So please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, help grow the channel. That way you guys are notified when we do go live and you don't miss anything. So appreciate you guys. Also been a minute since Ryu for LA Korean fans to cheer on one of their own. Yep. I doubt Roki will choose the Padres after the news today of the owner's lawsuit. Yeah, man. Roki Sasaki getting ready to be the D, not the B. True that. Yeah, I mean that could be. Jim Bowden said Sasaki go to Yankees or Padres. So Bowden has been unreliable for years. If just go back and watch the track record of Bowden for a while. Like for a while, he's been off for quite a long time now. I would never take anything he says as law. I just wouldn't do it. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. He's been I can't, you know what? I can't remember the last time he was right. I can't remember the last time he was right. Like I literally can't. That's not even me like clowning or talking trash. Like I literally can't remember the last time that he was right. I can't remember it. He's been that bad, but he's just out there clout chasing, trying to get clicks, trying to get, you know, his name out there. He's not a newsbreaker. He's not a trusted voice in the game. He's been around a long time, but he went down a dark path. He went down a path of just having his name out there versus being credible. And those type of guys, well, maybe they could be entertaining, could buy some time, could be fun for the imagination. But it's just nothing he really says ever happens. Joe says, Jim knows what's going on there. Like I know how to speak French. Yeah. I tend to agree there, but appreciate you guys again tuning in. We're going on about a little over 50 minutes here, coming up on an hour here, talking Dodger baseball. Gavin Lux traded to the Cincinnati Reds for a competitive balanced draft choice, as well as a minor league prospect that the Dodgers had drafted before, but were unable to sign. They got him back. And like I said, for the fact that the Dodgers drafted him once, tried to sign him, and then traded for him again, they probably have some high expectations and hope for him. So I would be slightly excited about that if they believe in him that much, if they've chosen him twice for a team and an organization that's known to know what they're doing. I would kind of peg that as something that's positive. And I know there's some people, they're saying the Dodgers got fleeced. There's some people saying this was a horrible deal. We got people saying all kinds of things. All I'm going to tell you is wait and see. Wait it out. I don't believe that this is the only move. I believe another potential move is coming. The Kim move was a prelude to this move, and I believe that this move is a prelude to another move. And that's just what I feel. Am I right? Who knows? But we will have to wait and see. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night. Well, not for the night, for this show. Might do another show later on tonight. I'm not quite sure. I had another show planned for a baseball show. Then this trade happened and kind of disrupted that. So maybe I'll come back tonight and do that other video. Probably not going to do a basketball one today unless something crazy happens. Did a pretty long basketball stream the other night, almost 3 hours long. So plenty of content on that last stream. Go check that out. Did not intend to do that show that long, but it was great. It was fun. So plenty of content of basketball to hold over a couple days. Back with baseball today. Might be back with baseball later tonight. And if so, be on the lookout for that. If you're coming in late, go ahead and watch the replay. If you catch this later on, let me know what you think in the comment section. Appreciate all the support tonight's show. Appreciate you, Search. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good rest of your night. Go Dodgers. And see you guys later. Peace.